Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the Paramount Planning Commission July 1st, 2026 meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the pledge to our flag. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of members, please.
Yes, Commissioner Esparza. Here. Commissioner Gonzalez. Here. Commissioner Moody. Here. Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Here.
And Chair Linda Timmons. She is not here.
Can we make a motion to excuse Francis? Does he need to go?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Commissioner Timmons.
okay, I'll second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Esparza. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Moody. Yes. Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes. Okay, agenda item number 1, approval of minutes from June 3rd, 2026 meeting.
Gonzalez moves to approve.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Esparza. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Moody. Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes. Okay, we have any public comments tonight at this time, John?
We did receive one emailed comment, and it's before you, and it's from the Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts. This is regarding item number 3, conditional use permit number 1001, and we could defer to that item when it comes to hear it.
Okay, very good. All right, let's move to agenda item number 2. This is conditional use permit number 1000. 1000. John, when did you say the first conditional permit, the first request was?
The first was, I want to say 1958, possibly 1957. The Planning Commission was formed in 1957, so there's some history there.
It's taken us a while to get to 1000.
It's exciting.
Yeah, exciting, very good. Things are happening. Okay, so this is a request by Abraham Sendejas Arambula for Francisco Villa Cortez, which is the Master Rooter and Plumbing Incorporated, to operate a plumbing and sewer service with 9 service trucks at 7757 Jackson Street in the M2 zone. This project is a Class 3 categorical exemption pursuant to Article 19, Section 15303 of the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines. Okay, staff report?
Yes, so for this application, it's for an experienced plumber and sewer service specialist that wants to purchase this property, or is in the process of purchasing, and operate from that location. It's has a small building now, and but it's basically, we're more or less basically it's been vacant for many years. And with that, Assistant Director Rodriguez will give the report.
Thank you, John. So good evening, Vice Chair and members of the Planning Commission, as well as the public. So the item before you is a request by Abraham Sendejas Arambula, who is the designer for Master Rooter and Plumbing, Inc. Okay, for the Planning Commission to consider conditional use permit to allow the operation of a plumbing and sewer business at 7757 Jackson Street within the M2 heavy manufacturing zone. The site is 20,000 square feet in size, and the proposed building will be 19,449 square feet. Okay, so the subject site is an aerial view of the property. So to the north and south, it abuts in M2 heavy manufacturing zone properties, and to the east, it would be M1 light industrial zone properties, and to the west, it abuts the Union Pacific Railroad. Okay, so Master Rooter and Plumbing has been in business since 2014. So the business has purchased the property at 7757 Jackson Street and is requesting approval for a plumbing and sewer service business. The company employs 8 staff members, 7 will be field employees, and one office employee. The proposed office hours will be Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., and they will not have any public access to the warehouse. All fleet vehicles and equipment will be stored inside the warehouse at the end of each shift. And the photo to the left shows the fleet vehicles, including a van and a truck with a trailer and toolboxes mounted on the top. Okay, so the slide before you is a site plan of the subject site. The lot size is 20,000 square feet and is currently developed with a 589 square foot building with an attached metal canopy. The canopy will be removed, but the storage unit or the building will remain and will be upgraded to match the proposed building. So the site improvements include the construction of a new two-story, 19,449 square foot warehouse building. I would like to note that in the report, the square footage of the building was noted incorrectly. So the correct square footage is the 19,449. And it's split between first floor and the second floor. So the site will provide a total of 28 parking spaces. 22 will be standard spaces, 5 compact, and then 1 ADA. The site will also include landscaping throughout the front, side, and rear of the property for a total landscaping of 2,307 square feet. So before you is the first and second floor plan. So the first floor will consist of covered and uncovered parking spaces, 942 square feet of warehouse space, restrooms, a reception area highlighted in purple, and then an elevator highlighted in yellow. The second floor will consist of 7,274 square feet of warehouse, office space, restrooms, and a conference room and meeting area for training and ancillary business, as well as a terrace for an employee area. Okay, before you are the elevations of the proposed building. So the one to the right is, the top right is the front view. The one to the left is the front view, and the one to the right is the rear view of the building. The bottom two are the side view of the proposed building. Just like to make a reference of the palm trees, those are not proposed, it's just for reference. The applicant will be required to submit a landscape and irrigation plan for our review to finalize the type of landscaping that they'll be installing. Okay. Before you is a night view rendering of the proposed building. So the architectural features that will be incorporated into the building is a glass door front, as well as CMU and cement walls and lighting throughout the building. The structure that you see at the bottom left is the proposed trash enclosure. Okay. So the proposed use is appropriate for the zone and compatible with the surrounding businesses. The site is adequate in size for the proposed use and building, and the site provides adequate access, circulation to the proposed business, including required parking. With that, staff is requesting that the Planning Commission adopt resolution number PC 26020, approving conditional use permit number 1000, subject to the conditions of approval in the resolution. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for questions.
Thank you. Any questions here from our listeners?
So is this service for new construction or like a 24-hour service?
No, it's not 24-hour service. So typically, the employees will come, park their vehicles, and it's all off-site. So they normally work with some local cities as well as residential homes. So at the end of the shift, which is typically 3-4, they'll come back to the site and just pick up their vehicles and then store the fleet vehicles. It's not a 24-hour, no. It's just a building for them to do their logistics and warehouse, yeah. Correct.
Okay, let's open the public hearing portion. Have we had any testimony tonight, John?
No, we do not. So far, we don't. The applicant is here in the audience, I believe.
Would the applicant like to address the commission or have anything to say? Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, then we need a motion to close the public hearing.
Gonzalez moves to close CUP 1000.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. John, roll call, please.
Commissioner Esparza. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Moody. Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes. Okay, then we need to entertain a motion then to adopt Planning Commission Resolution PC 26020 approving this request to operate the plumbing and sewer service there on Jackson Street.
Gonzalez moves to approve PC 26020.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Esparza. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Moody. Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes.
And that is it.
Good. All right, agenda item number 3. This is conditional use permit number 1001, a request by Cast Metals Incorporated to allow the expansion of existing precision metal cutting and polishing throughout an existing 246,878 square foot building and add chemical milling at 14001 Orange Avenue in the M2 zone. This project is a Class 1 categorical exemption pursuant to Article 19, Section 15301 of the CEQA guidelines. Okay, we have a staff report today on this one.
Yes, I'll be giving the staff report, but just a kind of a general introduction. Castle Metals, they've been in business for a long time, for over 100 years in some form or corporate ownership. They started actually in the late 1800s in Chicago, really interesting history. So they've been with us in Paramount, also in some form of ownership or another, since the late 1970s here in the Orange Industrial Park, right at the very end of the northern terminus of the road in the industrial park. And they're before you this evening to add to request to add another process called chemical milling, and to add that to a portion of the building that they were not in last year. I'll get into that here, a little more detail. So the formal request is to approve the expansion of existing precision metal cutting and polishing from the north portion of the building into the south portion of the building and allow the addition of chemical milling. It's a good-sized building. It's one of the largest in town, maybe number 2 or 3. It's 246,878 square feet, about 19 acres. And again, on Orange Avenue at 14001 Orange in the M2 heavy manufacturing zone. And here's a look. On the left is the city. So you can see it's there at the northwestern portion of town. And then on the right, kind of zoom into an aerial photo looking at the top. And there it is. There's the site. It's actually, it consists of 2 properties right off of Orange, the west side of Orange Avenue. So one thing to kind of point out is you'll see there's a differentiation in the asphalt type and color. So you see to the north, it's a little newer, may have been re-slurried, and you have to have you see the parking and wide open space there. But then to the south, where it's a little more rustic and maybe need a little more TLC. So the history behind this is Castle Metals, they did construct the building in the late 70s. They occupied it. They actually retracted a little bit. 2013, they went back in, and the changed ownership for some time. It was actually under the ownership of, it still is under the ownership of Dries. Dries Wood was there. The owner retired recently, and he had his operation set up in that southern portion. So with him retiring and deciding to close down the business, it was a great opportunity, perfect timing for Castle Metal. So in this case, their business has grown. They've shown some more growth in their business, and they're consolidating operations from other facilities in California. So they would take over that south portion or a portion of it, and I'll get into that. Oh, there's a little photo of 1890s. So by delivering metal, kind of think of Chicago. It was a boom town with building those skyscrapers, and elevators were a cool thing at the time. So somebody had to haul the materials around. So that's AM Castle. Did I say 19 acres? 12 acres. And Castle Metals has been the brand for this type of metal manufacturing since the late 70s. They employ now about 30 people in Paramount. With this added service, they would add about 3 more. And they would continue operating Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. See a photo there of the building here in town, or a portion of it. So the Development Review Board approved the design in the 70s. More recently, 2012, 2013, first there was a CUP approved for a nitrogen tank system that had some features on the outside of the building. That has since been removed, so that CUP is no longer active. CUP number 749, so about the same time, that was for an exterior dust collection system, and I'll show a photo a couple slides away. That is still in effect, so they do use the dust collection system as part of their process for a control type of system to control emissions. So here's a little more detail in this view. So you could see at the top of this plan the existing operations, and the bottom in the blue border, that's where they would expand into and adding the chemical milling process. South of that is a sublease area that's not part of this project, not a part of our review, and they do not actually have that tenant or tenants quite nailed down yet. We've had some inquiries where we as a city are looking at some possibilities on their behalf, but nothing's been approved yet. There's a possibility that another application would be coming your way in future months at an upcoming meeting. So with that, the applicant contracted with Trinity Consultants. This has to be to analyze the application, air quality, traffic, and as far as traffic, their consultant determined that the project would create minimal increases in employee and truck trips, and they are estimating a total of 10 truck round trips per day. So with chemical milling, to get into a little detail about this would be the operations for titanium, aluminum, and steel. And the process involves submerging the material in an etching solution that reacts with the metal to remove excess material to create the desired shape or pattern that whatever their clients are asking for. No acid manufacturing would take place on the property as part of this process at all. The etching solution would be stored in 2 1,400-gallon chemical milling tanks, and emissions for those tanks would be sent to a scrubber, an air scrubber. And just, scrubbers are very common. Marucan Vinegar, for example, not too far from us here, they installed scrubbers about 15 years ago to keep the air, to contain the the impacts of air, the air impacts. So the scrubber would dilute sodium hydroxide that would be added to ensure neutrality before the water vapor is exhausted out to the roof. And nitric acid units would be part of the solution, and they're highly regulated by the South Coast Air Quality Management District. And in fact, we have a condition of approval noting all of the rules that would apply, just to go over some of them. Rule 203, permit to operate. Rule 212, standards for approving permits. 401, visible emissions. 402, nuisance. 403, fugitive dust. 1146.2, emissions of oxides of nitrogen. from large water heaters and small boilers and process heaters, and about 5 others. So it's highly regulated, not only by AQMD, but the fire department and CUPA, which is the combined regulatory body that mostly includes the fire department. Their consultant also included the air quality impact analysis and hazardous materials matrix reports, which is part of our agenda packet before you. Now we have here the floor plans, so showing the interior operations. Most would not change. In the purple circle, that's where we would have the chemical milling process. And if you kind of zoom out, so the right is a little more detail on that chemical milling process. So you see the equipment involves a boiler, scrubber, neutralization tank, filter press, rinse tank, chemical milling tank, 2 of them, and an evaporator. I'd also like to point out that in your conditions of approval before you, condition number 9 lists the precise equipment that will be part of this process. And the condition reads, chemical milling equipment is limited to the following unless replaced with smaller and or more efficient equipment superseded by a South Coast Air Quality Management District requirement or minor adjustments required to be implemented following consultation with the Planning and Building Department. And if you don't mind, I'll read just a summary of the 11 components. Evaporator hot tank with dimensions, with a polypropylene evaporator unit, fan mount on top, recirculation pump, and heat exchanger. The second is a filter press. Third is a fiberglass reinforced plastic conical bottom neutralization tank with dimensions and 2,400 gallon capacity. A scrubber, a boiler, 0.9 million BTUs per hour. The 2 chemical milling tanks with dimensions and capacity. A rinse tank with dimensions and capacity. Gantry crane. Secondary containment area. So this is important in terms of chemistry and the chemicals. So you have the main containment, but there's also the secondary containment area. So we want to make sure that that's in effect, and this is per the fire department. The fire department highly regulates the containment areas. And then the ventilation hood, a common fiberglass reinforced plastic side lip exhaust hood to be mounted on the evaporator or hot tank. Finally, the fiberglass reinforced plastic duct and fittings from the scrubber to the floor-mounted fan and ventilation hood at the chemical milling and rinse tanks. So I thought it was important to list that specifically. And here are some photos of the property, outside and inside. Top left, it was kind of interesting. There's actually a rainbow. That's a rainbow you see in the clouds. Not a drop of rain hit the ground, so it was all crystallized in the clouds. I thought that was pretty nice. So that's the back. That's taken from the Los Angeles River Trail, but it gives a great view of the back. Kind of in the middle there, you see the dust collection system on the outside, which is also, if you look to the far right, upper right, there it is. Looking closely, you'll see on the ductwork coming off the rooftop, there's some graffiti on there. So, and graffiti person got up there and did their thing. So there's a condition to have that painted over and to maintain it with the color that it's supposed to be. The top middle, that's the entry on the south side. Right below that, I'm kind of jumping around the photos here, but below that, that's right next to the photo above, so that's kind of a pair of photos. You'll see there's a chain link fence with barbed wire, and the code does not allow barbed wire or razor wire. So there's a condition to have that removed or have the fencing replaced with fencing that would match the gate you see, the more or less wrought iron gate. On the bottom left, it's toward the north of the property, and there you see the office building. The office building is really nice on the inside, as the outside. It's kept in good shape. And what may be a little hard to see in this photo, there's a yellow rail. It's bent. It needs some help. So there's a condition of approval to straighten it and to repair it as needed. And then bottom right is the interior. A couple more photos. So on the left, that's the interior. That enclosure that you see, That's the beginnings of the chemical milling area. The chemical milling would be done inside of that enclosure. And the right, you can see there's some, that's the north part of the property. The landscape needs a little bit of care, so the applicant is very cooperative and happy to have it trimmed and redone. So in summary, this project it's located in an appropriate manufacturing zone, and it would be compatible with the surrounding businesses. It's adequate in size. There's sufficient parking. There's a large lot in the back. And the conditions of approval, including the conditions of the past projects that are still applicable, will ensure compliance with the air quality management regulations and other agencies, and will ensure that impacts to the area are kept to the bare minimum. Chemical milling equipment. So we have the list of the equipment that I read to you. All required permits and licenses need to be valid at all times. There's best practices, there's housekeeping, there's the equipment, the permits to operate, permits to construct, that all has to be in place. And the applicant needs to notify and consult with our department in advance of any South Coast Air Quality Management District permit applications. The applicant has verbally agreed to those conditions. They say they have no problem with them. And with your formal approval, then we'll carry on and take this to building and safety plan check and other approvals. With that, we do recommend approval. Couple things. So before you, we do have an updated resolution with the 3 revisions noted. There were 3 conditions that were duplicates. So we removed the duplicates, and they are crossed out in red line within this document. We updated the website, so this updated resolution with conditions of approval has been uploaded to the website for the public to view. And that is all. We can get into the comment letter in a moment. The applicant is here, the applicant and representatives.
Okay, thank you, John. Any questions from our commissioners here?
So John, you mentioned that there would be around 10 truck trips. What is that with the new facility? And if so, what is it now? What is the difference?
Yes, that is now, I believe it's a difference of 3. It's 2. It's a difference of 2. So it's currently 8 round trip truck trips, and would be increased by 2.
Also, one more. You mentioned the barbed wire. Is there theft issues or loitering?
You know, we had to talk, and I don't think it's a problem at this specific location, but given the location, it is next to Los Angeles River with, it doesn't seem like the most difficult site to access. So we do acknowledge that, theft does happen. We have heard reports of theft at other metal manufacturing businesses, but what they have done, they've proposed higher fencing and gates, 8 feet, 10 feet in some cases, typically with the arched pickets at the top, and that tends to work.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of homeless in that area, so. All right, thank you.
Understood.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sure. Well, obviously,
We've seen that type of fencing successfully deter theft, yes. Yeah, as we can see with the dust collection system.
You can see the building from the 710 to the 105.
Right, and actually you're right. The building just to the south has had its difficulties as well, so. Good points.
John, is there some type of prohibition on barbed wire and razor wire?
There is. It's been on the books since the 1990s, and the city council has been proactive the last couple of years to have that work with the code enforcement Code Enforcement Division of Public Safety to have that more strongly enforced.
Enforced.
Right. So when we have these conditional use permits for your review and consideration, we do include we have been including that standard condition for years. But it's basically a reminder. It's in the code.
See, it just seems to me that would probably be a little less expensive than having to, if you got a 6-foot fence, raise it to 8 foot or 10 foot all the way around your property.
It's an investment. So I'll give you an example. There's well, not by name, but there's a business that you have reviewed in recent months 3 times on Minnesota Avenue, south part of town. And they've had really high, we'll just put it this way, really high numbers of theft. But since they've been implementing more fencing measures that meet our requirements, that there have not been any incidents of theft, according to the employee who you've seen here a few times.
And over the years, the reason that we're steering away from barbed wire and razor wire is that the obvious reasons because of the danger, you think?
Well, I think reading the staff report from the 1990s, I think that the intent at that time was aesthetics. You'll recall from the 1990s, the city was going through a transition, moving away from one particular look to another. So it was part of that, the program. There was a kind of a program to modernize our code and to include some requirements that were fitting what other cities were doing in other cities.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
I don't like seeing barbed wire. Sends a bad message, but some places is needed.
Any other questions here? Okay, let's open the public hearing portion then. Have we got any testimony tonight? John?
We do have a letter from the Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts, and we did incorporate it into the conditions of approval. So some general comments. It looks like it's a type of comment that's provided to many different applications that they hear about. So just to read condition of approval number 27, it's permit for industrial wastewater discharge. The proposed project may require a Los Angeles County Sanitation District's permit for industrial wastewater discharge. The applicant shall contact the district's industrial waste section there's a phone number, in order to reach a determination on this matter. If this permit is necessary, the applicant shall be required to forward copies of final plans and supporting information for the proposed project to the districts for review and approval before beginning project construction. The applicant shall provide the Planning and Building Department a written explanation of the determination, including a copy of the permit for industrial wastewater discharge if the permit is required. Speaking to the applicant, they don't believe this is relevant to what they're doing, but they understand the requirement to get that information so we can basically see it in writing from the district.
Okay, thank you. So there's no other comments, testimony, John?
That is right. No other comments.
Okay, then we'll need a motion to close the public hearing portion.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please. John?
Commissioner Esparza?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Moody?
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Yes. Okay. In that case, we need a motion then to adopt Planning Commission Resolution Number PC 26021. Okay. Request from Cast Metals to expand their existing metal cutting and polishing within that existing building there and add the chemical milling on Orange Avenue.
Gonzalez moves to approve of PC 26021.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Esparza?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Moody?
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Yes. Okay, agenda item number 4, oral reports. City council actions?
Yes, so at the believe last city council meeting, the city council approved the first reading of the zoning, of the ordinance for the zoning ordinance text amendment that you recommended approval for. And that was related to, we talked about SB 79, which sets up the transit-oriented development station areas at our future stations. And you recommended approval for objective development standards around those stations. So the city council took your recommendation and unanimously approved the ordinance, the first reading, and it goes back for adoption on the 14th. That is all.
Okay, thank you. Okay, number 5, comments. Anything from our city attorney?
No comments tonight, thank you.
Commissioners? Any comments?
You know, I'm looking at this thing, and it said take emissions, hydrofluoric acid. You know, hydrofluoric acid is like, you get a drop on you, it just starts, it's eating your bone, you just got to cut your finger off and stuff. I worked around with one time, I had to wear the full spacesuit. So I don't know why that's not broke up. I mean, anybody said anything about it? It's a take emission. Really?
Thank you.
I'm just saying. Bad stuff.
You know, if I may, Mr.
Sure,
Chairman,
absolutely.
One of the comments, and I read through the presentation, then as you were reading, John, I was just, quick Googling. I mean, that's a fairly common practice nowadays, the chemical milling, so, and it's in the right area. I walked that area, and it's a perfect place for that. If it's anything dangerous like that, to your point, Mr. Moody, and it is an established business, big lot. I'm glad to see that they're giving it life. So, while there is risk and many other things that all industries use, as long as they're meeting the requirements and staying up with the regulations, I think we're in a good place.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you know, they said something about the nitric acid, but nothing about the hydrofluoric.
Right.
And the hydrofluoric's like way worse.
So I'm guessing all that stuff would be contained in that one inner building where all all those procedures are going on with
Oh, yeah.
chemical milling.
Yeah, I was thinking the incident in Garden Grove, a couple months ago?
Right.
But then listening to John, his report, and how the fire department and all relevant agencies regulate that. So I mean, and I live in Peoria either, so I'm okay because of that.
Right, but like what you're saying, it's, the area is an area it's pretty good because the way it's located, the location of it. Like when you say you had a fire, it's not like right in a residence area.
Yeah.
It was,
Away from everything, yeah.
right. True? Yeah. You have a good point.
Okay. Any other comments from our commissioners? How about staff?
As a matter of fact, I do. So, put on the glasses. So, I'd like to congratulate Associate Planner Leslie Corrales. She was promoted from Assistant Planner. Really excited to give that news, share that news with you. So, just kind of a reminder, she started as an intern. She was a part-time intern. She worked her way to Assistant Planner. Now she's Associate Planner. So that's a true testament for the Paramount way. So we do love promoting from within, especially for the most qualified. And we put this out to the world for dozens and dozens of applications. So congratulations to Leslie. Just to give you a little more about Leslie, she has her bachelor's in geography from Cal State Long Beach. She started here in June 2023. And she got promoted in 2024 in August, so she's been continuing her professional development. Happy to see her. I was really happy when she applied and she got the job. And just a little personal tidbit, so she likes in her spare time, which don't have very much of it because she's in school. She's also going to school getting her master's. She enjoys looking for new coffee shops, traveling, hiking, spending time doing all that with family and friends and more. So congratulations.
Favorite coffee shop at Paramount?
Paramount? It's not too many. I do like Gracias, that was still pretty good, local business. But hoping for more coffee.
More to come.
Well, we have one in the plans, right? That Dutch Bros?
Actually, two. The second is a kind of 14800 Paramount Boulevard by the high school. Coffee Port. Coffee Port. They're getting ready to submit their plans for building and safety plan check. You as Planning Commission, reviewed and approved the conditional use permit.
Across from the church, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, so there's two. Okay. Okay, in that case, time to adjourn the meeting. We will reconvene on August 5th, 2026.
Okay. Paramount Development Review Board is called to order. We have roll call of members, please.
Board Member Gonzalez. Board Member Moody.
Yes.
Board Member Timmons. Vice Chair Weisenberger
Here.
and Chair Esparza.
Yeah. And we'll have for Linda Timmons, right? To get her approved. Okay. Item one is the
Oh,
approval of minutes.
Need a motion to excuse or?
Yeah, make a motion. Huh?
Second.
Yeah. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
Been moved. Second? Okay. Item one is the approval of minutes of June
Need a roll call for
3rd.
Roll call for that, or? Oh, now we'll do a little roll call for that. Excuse me. I'll do a roll call for the excusing.
We have a roll call?
Yes. So it'll be Board Member Gonzalez,
Yes.
Board Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes.
And Chair Esparza.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And the first item is approval of minutes of June 3rd. I need a motion.
Second.
And second. On the approval of minutes.
Yes, Board Chair Gonzalez. Board Member Gonzalez, excuse me.
Yes.
Board Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes.
And Chair Esparza.
Yes. And any public comment?
We have no public comments.
Okay, new business. Item two is the development review application number 26006. And that's a request by Abraham Centejas, Arabula, A&B, Adelir, builders of Francisco Villa Cortes, Master Router, and Plumbing Incorporated. And that's to construct a two-story, 19,390 square foot warehouse and office building at 7757 Jackson Street in the M2 heavy manufacturing zone. And that's for the development review application number 26006.
In the Planning Commission portion of the evening, Assistant Director Monica Rodriguez, she gave this is basically the companion application to the CUP, and she gave a pretty good summary, a really good summary, I'm sorry, of the design and the site. So that was kind of taken care of, but if you'd like us to pull up the presentation for another look, we're happy to.
You want,
No, I don't.
I don't need to see, no.
it was a good presentation.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent is the word.
Excellent, yeah.
Excellent, actually.
Platinum.
Almost an eight, I know. All right. So, anyway, okay, comments?
Oh, so we want to
We have to,
take a vote on that one.
yeah, we'll go ahead, yes.
And it's a public hearing. So, you want to open the public hearing?
So we need to approve that, the public hearing, right? That one? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, first to open the public hearing.
Right, okay. I'll, open the public hearing. See, we'll put
And-
that in here.
And we have no comments for this one.
Right,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second?
then, third discussion.
Okay, so Board Member Gonzalez,
Yes.
Board Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes.
Chair Esparza.
Yes. Okay, now we go to comments, number 3. Any comments from board members?
Oh, and that was to close the hearing, if I'm keeping up correctly, and we need to vote on the approval. If you want to approve the,
Well, I guess
Approve the item.
that's the whole enchilada here. So I didn't have to,
Letter E, Ernie?
on the application 2606.
So I will make a motion to adopt Planning Commission PC 26020, approving the construction of the two-story building on Jackson Street.
And sound second?
Okay, you can approve the second, okay.
so Board Member Gonzalez,
Yes.
Board Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger.
Yes.
And Chair Esparza.
Yes. All right, then I'll go to item 3. Is any comments from board members?
Any comments?
No
No.
comment?
No.
Staff?
Only one comment, there's a grand opening coming up, actually two in, at least one. In July, there's the Stater Brothers, their remodel, and that's coming up on the 11th, I believe? July 15th, thank you. July 15th, and that is in the afternoon. We can get you details if you're interested in attending. Oh, yes, if you want to, and hot off the presses, Panera Bread and Panda Express, that will be in November 9th, so we'll get you more details as we get closer.
Oh,
Good at business.
They are, yeah. Looking forward to those. And that's it.
good. Yeah. Nothing. Okay, so the meeting of the Paramount Development Review Board is adjourned until August the 6th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
Paramount Economics Development Board is going, called to order. Say it. Roll call, please.
Board Member Esparza.
Yes.
Board Member Timmons. Board Member Weisenberger.
Here.
Vice Chair Gonzalez.
Here?
Chair Moody.
Here. Motion to approve Linda.
I move to excuse Ms. Timmons' absence.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Board Member Esparza.
Yes.
Board Member Weisenberger.
Yes.
Vice Chair Gonzalez.
Yes.
And Chair Moody.
Yes. Okay, approval of minutes of June 3rd, 2026.
Gonzalez moves to approve?
I'll second it.
I'll second.
Uh,
Sparse and second.
Roll call, please.
Board Member Esparza.
Yes.
Board Member Weisenberger.
Yes.
Vice Chair Gonzalez.
Yes.
And Chair Moody.
Yes. Public comments?
We have no public comments.
Reports, oral purpose?
Yes. So this is exciting because it's the first, our debut for our management analyst, Tara Reyes. She's going to give a little report on the gateway cities for job seekers. This is they put together a really, really good resource for those who are looking for a new line of work, looking for training, looking for just career development in general. So I'll let management analyst Reyes take it away.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and board members. I will be, as John mentioned, providing an update on the Gateway Cities career training and resources hub.
Can you speak up, please?
Sorry.
So the Resources Hub is a collaborative effort led by the Gateway Cities Council of Governments, Grid Alternatives, and its regional partners to connect residents with career training, educational resources, and workforce development opportunities throughout the region. It serves all 27 gateway cities and brings together information from multiple organizations into a single, easy-to-use online platform. The Gateway Cities region is a major economic engine with significant industrial employment centers. The hub was inspired after surveys, listening sessions, and stakeholder engagement identified several barriers facing job seekers. Residents reported difficulty finding training opportunities, navigating multiple programs, understanding costs and schedules, and exploring potential career paths. To address these challenges, the hub features career and technical educational programs in high-demand fields such as sustainability, healthcare, logistics, and technology. It also includes career exploration tools that help users identify training programs and better understand different occupations. The screenshot here highlights the Explore feature, where users can browse programs by industry sector or search by school and city if a program interests them. They can click on the More Information button down below to view additional details. These screenshots show what users see after selecting more information. In this example, I selected the Computer Systems Application program at Compton College. The page provides helpful information, including that the program takes approximately 30 weeks to complete, costs a little over $1,000, financial aid is available, and graduates can earn an estimated $74,000 per year. For residents who are still exploring career options, scrolling down further, the screenshot on the right reveals a day in the life feature. This provides an overview of a typical workday, the work environment, and the kinds of tasks and challenges someone in that career might encounter. At the bottom of the page, users can find contact information and a direct link to the program's website for additional details and enrollment information. Another valuable feature of the Resource Hub is the Career Questionnaire, which is especially helpful for residents who aren't sure where to begin. The questionnaire consists of 5 simple questions that about a person's interest, strengths, and availability. For example, whether they need evening classes because they work during the day or have a more flexible schedule. Once the questionnaire is completed, the residents receive an email with personalized recommendations, giving them a good starting point for exploring education and career opportunities. This resource supports economic development by connecting residents to training and employment opportunities and helping employers build a skilled workforce. It also supports sustainability and resilience by promoting careers in emerging industries. To increase awareness of the hub, social media toolkits have been distributed to partner agencies throughout the region. Outreach and promotion are recommended throughout the summer months to maximize participation and ensure residents are aware of the available resources. Thank you. That concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for that fantastic report.
Thank you.
Okay, comments? Board members?
I'm sorry, where can a resident find that?
Their website is gatewaycitieshub.org. And I can, or John can email that to you, and as well as the toolkits if you're interested.
I would be interested if you could.
Awesome. Yeah, that might work. And that website's down below there too.
You know, there's so many people that say they're looking. Sometimes the information is right in front of us. So if we have the access to this, hey, here's the place where you can start. So thank you for that.
Is there plans to maybe put this presentation online for people, for residents maybe to,
On Unless they
Just get the same info we did. Yeah.
So the toolkit's been shared with our communications team, and they already have it on schedule for social media. But that's it, great of you.
Already there. Go find a job.
Okay. Comments from the staff?
No comments from staff. Thank you.
Okay. Before I adjourn, today's my last day of meeting. It's been a pleasure working with all you guys the last 4 years. So, we're adjourned to the meeting Wednesday, August 5th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure as well.
Over and out.
Right into